Hey there, this is Natalie Guerin. So excited that you're here. In this video, we're going to talk about how do you find and clear the limiting beliefs that are holding you back in your business. So a limiting belief is a program that you have that basically tells you how you operate, who you can be, and what you can receive in the world. It's sort of like when you drive to the grocery store and there's a construction guy telling you can't go forward, you got to go left or you got to go right. It's kind of dictates the path that you can take. And in the case of a limiting belief, it really holds you back from taking the path of least resistance. And sometimes it can keep you going around in circles, right? And these are thoughts that are going to be like, I'm not good enough. It'll never work for me. I can't really have what I want. Those are very general ones, but they happen for a lot of people. And unless you actually replace them with something that is more empowering, they're going to keep you in victim mode and they're going to keep you stuck. And if you don't like the word victim, I totally hear you, but that's essentially what limiting beliefs do, is they take your power away, and now we need to take your power back. And in this video, I'm going to take you through the 3 steps that you need to take your power back and really up level your business to the next level. And I really thought about, just giving you an energy clearing technique that you can use to find and clear your limiting beliefs. But honestly, it's not enough. You actually have to embody the person that you need to be to create the result you want. And it takes energy, it takes mindset, and it takes action. And you need to do all 3 of those things to get a different result. And the 3-step process that I use will actually give you that. Now, I started developing this 3-step process about 9 years ago. And at the time, I was still in IT and I had just discovered theta healing. I was really excited about helping people clear their limiting beliefs. It was like all I did every day. And I had Kay come to see me for a session, and Kay's a music therapist. And at the time, she had just finished school and she had a massive amount of debt. And she kept saying, you know what, my whole life is over. I'm never going to take another training. It's too expensive. I'm never going to have a house. The amount of debt that she was in was just absolutely crushing her. And so I didn't know what to expect. I just all right, what do you want, right? And so we opened up the possibility of her actually releasing that and getting into a better space financially. And what happened within 2 months is that she actually, her entire money situation changed. She found money that she didn't know she had. And she actually ended up upgrading her home. She took an expensive trip. She found a solution for her student loans. It's like everything just unfolded ever so naturally, just because she opened up to the possibilities and stepped into it. And more than that, she actually claimed it. And that was really the beginning of me understanding how to bring in limiting beliefs and how to clear them in order to get results. And over the last 6 years, I've had a chance to do that with a lot of entrepreneurs. And that's the process that I'm sharing with you guys today. All right, step number 1 is to actually pick a money goal. Now, a lot of times people will say, well, if you're clearing limiting beliefs, just pick a list of beliefs and you go through them, right? And honestly, that's like a crapshoot, right? It's like having 1,000 balloons in front of you and you're just like, all right, maybe that one. And that'll keep you stuck longer than you need to. And it won't actually move you forward. The only thing that'll move you forward is if you're looking towards a money goal and you're actually going towards it. Now, I realize that you're probably looking at this going, ooh, a money goal makes me uncomfortable. That means you have blocks, right? To actually even choosing and making a decision. And those blocks, that block needs to be received. Now, I used to be in a space where people would say, just make a decision and go make it happen. And I've made that with some things, but when it came to money in my own business, I really didn't have that. I was really like, who can make a decision? And it's not until I cleared the limiting beliefs that I couldn't have what I really wanted that I was able to start actually making a decision and going, hey, I want that, and I'm making it happen. Now, my goal for the month of May is actually 25K in 30 days. It's absolutely a stretch for me, but it feels good and doable. And that is how you want your goal to be. So I want you to declare your goal down in the comments, okay? Even if it makes you uncomfortable. Now, step number 2 is to actually get you in alignment with that goal. And that's really where the process of finding and clearing limiting beliefs come in, right? We're gonna look at your commitment, right? Are you all in? Are you able to make that decision to actually say, hey, I'm making this happen. I know it can be scary because what if it doesn't happen? Are you even allowed to do this, right? Do you need someone else to tell you that? So that's the first kind of blocks that we deal with. The second kind of blocks is does the particular goal make you feel right now, right? You might have been in business for 6 months, 6 years, and you look at the goal and you're really pissed off, right? That's a sign that you have blocks. And if you're really wanting to know, the question here that I would ask would be, why are you under earning, right? And the first offer answer will come out, and that is really the what we call the top level belief, right? It's like the easy access to, it's probably the thing that keeps you up at night. And for me, in my case, is I'm not doing enough, right? Usually when I'm under earning, that's the pattern that I fall into. Now, that's what we call the top belief. And it's kind of like a set of bricks, and they hold up on top of one another. And so if you just pull the top belief, all the other bricks are still there. So what we actually need to do is define the bottom belief. And the way you do that is with questions. Why, when, where, how, what, right? And you just connect intuitively, and you just find what's really underneath and what's really going on. Because if you can find that and you can find the bottom belief and replace it, you're good to go. That's actually how you clear a limiting belief. Now, you also want to replace it with something else, right? So if I use that example of I'm under earning. Why are you under earning? Because I'm not taking enough action. Why are you not taking enough action? Because I don't know what to do. Why don't you know what to do? Because I never know what to do. And when's the first time you felt that way? Well, I was in grade 1. I just didn't know how to make friends. And why didn't you know how to make friends? Because I'm a complete loser. And that bottom belief will just be something very short. It'll be something that resonates with you. And even though rationally you might know better, you can still hear yourself saying it in your head. So you want to clear that. Now, there's a bunch of techniques to actually clear limiting beliefs. I use theta healing with my clients. You could use EFT tapping. You could use the Ho'oponopono. You could just sit and actually just visualize the belief, letting it go. I do that a lot with my clients. But at the end of the day, it's also about choosing what it is that you're wanting to receive. So if you're replacing the I'm a loser, what do you replace it with? Well, the obvious is I'm a winner. Right? And when you think about it, like, I'm a winner, right? And if you really believe it and you really feel it in your cells, it's like, ooh, I'm capable. I've got this. And your story in your mind starts to change. And what happens is you become empowered, which is really the goal of clearing your limiting beliefs. And when you're doing that, what ends up happening is that you end up seeing the opportunities that are around you. Now, clearing how you feel about your goal is one thing. You should get to a point where you actually feel neutral. And finally, you need to actually be able to receive the goal. Now, a lot of people forget this, right? And a lot of people think, well, it would be really nice to get 25K a month or whatever your goal is. But in reality, there are fears holding you back. And most people get really afraid of, maybe they're afraid of rejection, or what they have to do in the process, or that it's going to be really hard. Or maybe they're afraid that they're going to become the bank for their family and they're going to have to say no, right? There are things that are going to come up to the surface that may not be rational, but are actually blocks that need to be found. And in the same way, we need to find the top blocks and then go down to the bottom belief and pull those, right? That is actually how you get yourself in alignment. And you'll know when you're in alignment, because when you think about your goal, you're like, oh, it's done. Yep, I'm there. There's opportunities that are everywhere. And then step number 3 is to actually focus and run the race. Now, I brought that up because it's really important to realize that, you can ask the universe for money, you can decide a goal, but at the end of the day, you still need to do your part. And in business, that really means creating an offer, it means getting visible, it means doing sales, because sales is actually what's going to move the needle in your business. It's why you're not under earning, right? And what we're doing by clearing blocks is actually making the space for you to do more sales. And you don't want to complicate the process. You want to keep it simple, and you want to keep it for the level that you're at in your business. Now, more importantly in this step, it's also about working your mindset. You're going to get triggered along the way. Things are not going to work out. You're going to get on the emotional roller coaster. You're going to have doubt. You're going to have fears. You're going to be like, what am I doing? Should I quit? That stuff is going to come up to the surface, and you need to deal with it. And you need to clear the blocks that are coming up, right? And if you can do that, you can get into a space of momentum and you can start looking for evidence moving forward, you're going to have success in your goal. It doesn't matter if it doesn't happen in 30 days because you know that it's going to happen in the next month and in the next month after that. It's about getting back up and being the person that you need to be to create the results that you want. Now, it's a combination of energy, of mindset, and of action. Those are really the three keys that you need to find and clear the limiting beliefs that are holding you back in your business. So if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments. And tell me what your number one goal is for the next 30 days. And if you're wanting a little bit of help, if you're wanting to talk about how to find and clear your blocks, message me and we'll chat. See you soon.